They're not gonna stop. They're saying that this case is gonna go on and on and on. They're not gonna stop. I myself said it myself too. I even said it, you know what, I'm not gonna stop talking about the what's, but you know what, I started to realize that
You haven't started anything because you're still talking about it, and you have done that now for 50 minutes. You stupid.
it has just attracted so much violence. It has attracted so much hatred, so much
You have done
childish,
it.
so much. Because if we're gonna talk about the what's, I think, I don't know, man. It just, I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about.
We have done that for almost 20 minutes now.
Hey, La Lady Joker. Oh, you're asking, can I talk to Little Miss Vegas? Okay. Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back.
Are you going to puke? Or get more to drink? I'm forwarding it.
So I might be talking about the case once in a while, but I'm not gonna make it like my thing like I used to.
Now she has said 3 things. First, she was not going to talk about that case anymore. Then she was angry and fed up and everything on other YouTubers still talking about that case. But she wasn't going to do it. Then she rambles for 20 minutes about that case that she wasn't going to talk about. And then she said, I'm going to talk about it once in a while. But she is, I think she's schizo. There are something
I just feel like
very, very wrong. Very.
I guess for the fact that
If a doctor, a psychiatrist, would have listened to this, he would have put her in a mental hospital.
if I get something, for instance, if I can
Like
start feeling
that.
something, that something is gonna be coming soon, or something is gonna come up, or something. Like if I start feeling that, I will tell you guys on my car readings and stuff like that. But
You can't read
for
cards.
me, this is the thing, though.
You're fake in everything you do.
As a psychic
Nothing
medium,
you do is true.
Okay. As a psychic medium,
You are not a psychic
normally
medium.
psychic mediums that I have seen on YouTube, they don't normally
Stop pretending to be a
grab
psychic
bunch of
or a
paperwork
medium
and
because
talk
you are
about the
none of it.
case
And you are not an empath
and
either.
learn about the case, or like
You're a narcissist,
or
a psychopath,
go
narcissist.
and watch
Nothing
the
more.
case until like 2 in the morning
Scam
just to learn
artist.
about the case, and then
Liar.
they'll come up and say, oh, I got spirits
Big
telling
difference.
me this, I got spirits telling me that. I just feel like if you're a psychic medium and you study the case and you learn about the case, then you're not a psychic medium. Psychic mediums normally get things out of nowhere. Like, guess what? Something new. You know what I mean? Like something that you think that's gonna happen in the future, or something that you feel
This is
like is
terror.
gonna happen, or like you feel like. But if you go and learn the case and watch the case
Every
until
cell
like 2
in
in the
my body
morning,
is
just like this medium said that she
Getting
was,
sick.
she studied the case until like 2 in the morning. Obviously, this person went, and she went and studied every single person's body language,
She's
speech,
the cancer
speech
that
or
is on
something that
YouTube.
you guys didn't catch, and then she came up and saying, "Oh, I feel like this happened." When you're a psychic medium, you don't have to learn so much about the case. You know what I mean? So, and that's the reason, because I did this, I started my channel before I even knew anything about the case.
Liar.
And
You know nothing.
now that I know so much about the case,
The only thing you
and
know is what you have seen on
I'm seeing
YouTube
things
and
on my cards
internet,
that is going to happen
and
this year.
nothing
Like I told you guys,
comes from you.
something is going to happen this year. And I just feel like, you know, like having this, me channeling Shanann lately, and I'm going to say this, the past 3 months that I was off YouTube,
The only thing you are channeling is bear. Spirits, spirits, spirits.
it was healthier for me. But I'm telling you, like, I didn't, I felt like,
Because you're schizo.
things happens for a
You need
reason. I felt
medication.
like, oh my God, you know, not talking about the case, not coming live. I was able
You
to
need
make
serious
videos.
help, girl.
I was allowed to
Serious help.
upload videos. I was just not allowed to do
You're
lives.
a danger to society.
So, but I still didn't upload videos because I was taking care of my health. I was taking care of myself, and all the things that I went through, I needed some time for myself.
You put yourself through that,
took
and
care
you
of
were
myself.
thrown out. You
And-
didn't choose
and I
to
started
get off
realizing
YouTube.
that
You had no
I
choice.
attracted a lot of people
Stupid.
that were
Stop
hateful.
lying. Wake up and smell
I
the
didn't
coffee
like
and get
that.
out of that dream world, the fantasy world you are.
I didn't. I was like, what
One
the hell?
thing is sure, you have
That
a
was
big
not the purpose of
imagination.
my channel. The purpose of my channel
That
is
is,
not to
nobody
attract
can
a lot of
take that
hateful
from
people
you.
or people
Nobody.
that
Sorry. This is too stupid.
are biased, because I'm not biased.
Unbelievable.
Because
This
I
is a
know
45-year-old
things
woman
happens,
talking like
and
a
then just like Chris did a horrible thing, I understand that
12-year-old
also
imaginary,
women do a lot of horrible things.
living in fantasy world,
So I didn't want to make
medicating herself with alcohol.
as my
That
channel
even
being
makes her
bias, you know what I mean? Like,
more
oh,
sick
men
in the
are
head,
horrible,
you
and
know?
oh, men do this crap. No, and so I started realizing, like, shit, you know, like, this is not about being
Psychopath,
biased.
narcissist,
This
and
is
liar
about being
combined with alcohol.
advocate for the children.
Expanses.
Advocate for so many children that are being neglected out there. Children, you have seen all those cases.
You are sick.
All
Sick
those
in the head.
cases that you have seen with Harley David.
Du trenger hjelp.
I mean, is it Harley Dilly? I'm sorry, Harley Dilly, excuse me. Then we have Dulce Maria. Then we have Paulette Guevara. That we still, Paulette Guevara, that case happened in 2010. And there's still
What is
nothing
she talking
about
about
that
now?
case. There's
She's
so
jumping.
many
There's no
assumptions. I know as a
consistency,
psychic medium,
or what is
I
called
feel
in
what
English.
happened. But there's still nothing.
Consistency, I don't know. You know
And
what I
that's what
mean.
I'm saying. That's the
She's
consequences
jumping.
that all these innocent children
not keeping track.
suffer from all these horrible things. From adults, from all these adult choices. And it's horrible, guys. And I'm gonna say this. I'm not ashamed of it. I will never be ashamed of it. I was a child myself. I was molested by my grandfather's best friend when I was a child. And the fact that he was a good friend with the family, and he manipulated my family to the point that nobody even realized what was going on.
I bet you are lying about that too. Sorry.
Not only the fact that my mom used to whoop my butt. I mean, we probably all in our, for, I don't know, all of us. But I'm saying that, at least me, but not only that, it's like I just hate violence. I hate the fact that kids are being neglected.
You are neglecting your son when you get drunk.
It's hard
when you're
because
doing
sometimes
those lives,
adults, they
making a
focus
fool
on
of
their
yourself.
relationship. Some adults, they focus on their relationship, their marriage, and they forget that they have kids. They forget that there are kids that are watching, listening.
Exactly. That's my point.
That are living their situation.
You need to stop doing what you're
And
doing
they don't
because there are
realize
children
that kids,
watching.
they're like a sponge. They either absorb everything that's going on in their home.
Exactly. That's
or
my job.
They
to
will
prove
keep it.
and show
They'll absorb it
those
and keep it for the rest of their life. Some
children
kids, they will grow
or whatever
up and be amazing kids.
that what you are doing is wrong
but
behavior.
They will always have that in their memory. Some kids will grow up and blame themselves for that situation that was happening in between their parents. And they will blame themselves to the point that they will become, they will do things like getting in trouble. And I'm not a psychiatrist or a counselor or anything like that.
No, far from it.
I'm just a child that I was a child, not a child.
Yeah, you
I
are
was
a child in a grown-up body. No other word for it.
That I have, just the fact that I went through that situation. But I can tell you that I have had friends. I have known people that have told me that they lived situation when they were kids that they will never forget. And that is my point. That, dude, you don't realize that your kids are watching and listening. When you get into an argument with your husband or your significant other, they're listening. They're watching. When you say something, they're like a sponge.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you don't go and lie and scam people and get drunk and fall asleep and scream at murder victims on YouTube.
We're not born to be parents. We understand that.
How can you not understand?
But
you're sitting there saying exactly those words because all psychopaths are like that. They can be so truthful in what they are talking about. But remember, this is learned behavior. So when it comes to their own actions, they are so self-righteous and they don't see themselves in the same light as they see other people. That is a prime example of a psychopath. they can't feel what we are feeling, and they can't see that their behavior is causing people to react the way they do. And even if they see it, they are so self-righteous that they come up with things that, oh, but I have the right because I am me, because this and because of that. It's never the same rules for them as there are for everybody else. And you, in this video, have proven every point that I'm making in every video I have made of you. You are a narcissist and a psychopath. And those two combined with a liar, that's not good. That's pure evil. I just can't understand, I can't wrap my mind around how you can sit there and talk about what people do, because children are sponge. They suck everything in and you don't know how they will react and take it. And that is exactly my point when it comes to you. When you do all this bad behavior on YouTube, you don't know if there's sitting a 17-year-old drinking herself almost to death. Oh, I'm doing the right thing because look, people are applauding it and voting for her and subscribing to her, giving her money for her actions. She's scamming people, lying to people. Oh, that's the proof she was lying. But that's okay, because you come back in next video and deny it all and make, oh, I'm not the one doing the wrong things. It's everybody else that is a bully. They are lying. Even though we have your voice and your videos to prove everything we say. And you don't have anything to prove that we are the things that you call us. And I'm talking about myself. I'm not a bully. Not at all. But I can't stand people that are liars, that are using people that are vulnerable and have lost people, and grieving and seeking to you to get answers because you say that you are a medium when you are not. Playing with their hearts like a little devil. And when they get hurt, you point back at them and say, I haven't done anything wrong. It's you there is something wrong with. That is gaslighting people. And that is number one tool for a narcissist psychopath. I have lived with one of them, so I know them very well. And I know one when I see one and I hear one. I'm not so easily fooled. And that is your only problem with us. Is that because if you meant that you have not done nothing wrong, you would have kept every video up. You wouldn't have deleted those videos that proves that you are lying, that you are fake, that you are having this bad behavior on YouTube. Right? So you know that you are doing something wrong. But you obviously take pride in lying.
There has been cases like mothers that I don't understand and doesn't, God, when you love your kids so much and you will do anything for your kids.
If this is a lie too, and it probably is, I can't say it is because I wasn't there. I don't know. But when you can lie about having cancer, stage 4, and you can lie about, and you can treat people like shit, with no respect for what you have put them through, I can't believe that this is true too. Because nothing you say is true. But I can't say that 100%. But if that is true, I'm sorry. I didn't want that to happen to you. But if not, if you are lying about being molested to hit on people's nerves like psychopaths and liars do and narcissists do, I hope you get sick and you get all the karma that you deserve. Because lying about that's the most evil lie you can ever tell. It's people like you that destroy for other victims that is going through abuse or rape or whatever, because there are people lying about things like you do, and that makes it difficult for those that have been or have gone through it. Because is she lying? Is that true? And that is because people like you have screamed wolf, wolf too many times. Because you should know that is a unwritten law. If you lie about getting sick, if you lie about getting abused, one of your children or somebody close to you, your mother, children, or even you, will go through something like that, maybe even worse. And if you care more about your child than yourself, it will be your child, your son or your daughter that will go through something terrible because you have lied about such a serious thing. That is the lowest. You can't think any deeper about that. But as I said, this story, I can't prove you're lying, so I just have to let it go. But remember, if you're listening to my video, I hope you know that karma has no mercy for people that is claiming abuse or lying about people. Because if this really happened, I'm sorry. But it's hard for me to believe you when everything you have lied about that is just as serious has not shown not to be true. And when it's not true, how can this be? When everything you say, you're contradicting yourself all the time. You say, oh no, I'm not going to repeat that.
It's and then you see
Almost
all this
getting a headache from
situation
this
going
is
on.
so taking so much energy from me.
horrible.
I just can't stand that woman and
It's
her
just
lies.
horrible.
Sorry. But if I can help one person on YouTube
What actually
out of your lies and scamming and just help one with my video, I have done my mission.
Attach me to
I've
this
done my
case
job.
because the fact that looking at Bella and Sissy,
You're talking about it like it was your sister that died. Yes, it's terrible,
it's horrible.
but stop pretending that,
It's horrible.
yeah, and you are horrible for
And-
talking about it like you do and have done all those things that you have done in the past.
And we cannot excuse Chris.
All those
And I
videos
will
from
never excuse that
2019 and late 2018
And I will
are
never,
disgusting.
ever see that man to
And
be
for
a
you
good
sitting
man
there
because he
crying
was
about
never,
it.
in my eyes, as a psychic
Stop
medium and as
making
a
a
mother,
fool out of
in my
yourself
eyes,
because
I
you
will
are
never see
disgusting.
him as a good father.
Let them rest in peace.
And that's the reason why it makes it hard for me to do videos about this case. It's
I bet everything is
every
hard
time
for
I do
you
a video
because you
about
can't
this case,
read.
I get emotional, I get mad.
I have seen you making a reading in cards. I am a tarot reader, and not one card that you showed and you said something about it has nothing to do with those cards. You were so off track, it wasn't even similar to what those cards really said. If you just would have let, for example, if I wanted to, but I don't want to, let me in on one of those videos that you have made reading, and we can see the cards that you are reading and how wrong you are reading. If I was going to read those cards in my lay on my YouTube channel, it would have been similar even. And you know that each card has a meaning no matter what. That goes for every tarot reader. And the combine, you can go and you can see and you can feel even more. But you were so off that even a beginner in tarot reading that has learned just a little bit about every card could tell that you were fake.
Angry. And I don't like that feeling. I don't.
Now she's doing that. She's twitching from being an arrogant bitch, talking shit about a friend that has been loyal to her all the way, even when she didn't deserve it. She has been there for her. And she's turning it into every theme that has nothing to do with what she was saying in this video should be all about. She's saying that she wasn't going to talk about the Watts case anymore, and she's continuing to rabble about it. Now for 30 minutes, half an hour. The case that she wasn't going to talk about. And when she understands, oh shit, my mouth has just run off with me, I have to say, I'm going to talk about it sometimes. And then she begins this act of crying and changing her voice to be, I don't know what it is in English, but in Norwegian we call it silkemyk. She's just so fake. And she's acting like she's believing that if you said to her that act as if you have murdered someone, she could act. And if you don't know her, you would probably believe her. Because she is living herself in that fantasy and in that world. And I bet now it's 25 minutes more of this video. In the end, she has 2 ways she used to end such a video, and that is with that voice, and continue it so everybody can sit there and wonder, oh my god, is she okay? Or she's going to twist it over and choose another theme and another theme and another theme. But she needs that fake attention. And the reason she needs it so much because it's fake. So when she gets attention for it, it's not enough. She needs more. And the more people she can fool, the more it lifts herself up. She preys on other people's emotions and sorrows and heartaches. She's a predator.
Not, just not only that, but knowing that these kids are not gonna be able to grow up, go to high school, go to middle school, graduate, get married, have kids.
There are lots of other kids
That's
that
what
don't
makes
get to
it
do that
worse.
too. Not just Watt's case, just saying. It's about time you stop your
Chris
obsession with the Watt's case
Watts.
before you get hospitalized.
I'm not God.
This is getting crazy, you know?
We're not God.
No,
What
thank
you
God
did is
you are not God. Oh my God.
such a fucking horrible thing. And I don't understand how people have the guts. Because I don't have the guts anymore to talk about this case. I can't.
You have just done it for 35 minutes.
I don't have the guts. It makes
Maybe
me
more.
sad. It makes me angry. It makes me...
Yeah, so
it gives me
stop
so
talk
much
about
mixed
it then.
emotions. It's so...
Stop repeating yourself over and over and over. It's boring.
It's crazy.
You can just go back and watch your videos and you will see the same shit show. Nothing new.
So I do